Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mel Ona. Today is Sunday. It's March 18th. That's right. It's 1 week into my fitness transformation journey. I appreciate all of you following my videos on YouTube and my website, www.melona.com. I'm kind of scrunched down like this because I have a special assessment that I'm going to do today of my physique. This is something that I recommend everyone do. Again, it's humbling, but it'll tell you exactly where you are and give you an idea of how far you have to go. So, some people have asked me about, how much weight should I lose? What should I do to measure? And again, the scale doesn't really tell you that much. It tells me that gravity works, but it doesn't tell me at a certain number how fat I am. It can tell me I weigh a certain amount, say 190 pounds, but is that a lot of muscle mass, or is that mostly fat mass? In my case, I don't use the scale very much. What I like to do is look at body composition. Now, there's many ways to measure body composition, and I used to be in grad school. We studied these things. You've probably heard of the underwater weighing method, or it's also known as hydrostatic weighing. There's also, which is also known as water displacement plethysmography. There's something called air displacement plethysmography, if you've seen these kind of Martian looking ships that look like big eggs. It's also known as the Bod Pod, the brand name. We used to use those. And other people have seen these before, which are fat calipers. Now, I've used these before as well, but rather than going into how these work and what the numbers mean, one thing that I always like to think about, especially working with some elite bodybuilders, is they get really, really lean. When I say lean, they get lean like the back of your hand. What does that mean? So if you look at your hand, and you look at these fat calipers, now these calipers have gradations in millimeters, okay? These are all millimeters. There's 10, there's 20, there's 30. Some of these bodybuilders can get lean, like this would be where their abs would be, the amount of fat. So if I measure the leanness of the back of my hand, you can see that it's about 2.5 millimeters, 3 millimeters, definitely less than 5. And you can see that, imagine having abs that are that lean. You can see your vasculature and obviously ripped abs. Now, that's not my goal, and I don't really think it's realistic for most people to get lean like the back of your hand unless you want to do a bodybuilding contest. But one thing that you can do, instead of using calipers, is just to, again, take a good, long, hard look and use these calipers, your own fingers. One other way is to put on jeans that should fit, but if you see overhang, this is what you need to lose. This is the excess right here. Now, I used to not have this, so I know what I have to lose right here. These are my calipers. Nice pillowy fat right here. Now, if you want something more objective, of course, I recommend having something more objective than just pinching. Use these. You can fake a pinch, but you can't really fake an inch, right? This is an objective measure. Take some measuring tape. Let me just give you an idea. When I was in shape back in 2002, my waist was about 28 inches, just like that. 28 inches around. Now I'll show you where mine is now. So I recommend taking a measuring tape. Again, it's not going to be fun, but you got to do it. Put it all the way around. And what I do is I put it around the largest part. Largest part of your abs. It includes your nice love handles here. All the way around. Take a deep breath in. And out. Nice and easy breathing. There you go. So that's around about the biggest part. It's not bunching in the back. Goes all the way over. And what does that show? 45. So I'm 45 inches across my waist. You've probably read that anything over 40, bad. 45 is real bad. That's how far around my waist is. 45 inches. That's what I have to lose. This is where I used to be. Around 28, and now I'm at 45. One other way you can do it too, what I've done, is you take a pinch right up here until you can feel your ab underneath. Again, I have a little bit of abs underneath from the muscle building from the past. Stick this ring right in here and wrap it tight to the skin and right where you feel the fat ends, right here. And right there, 6 inches. So obviously as you lose fat, as I continue with this program, and I continue to eat right, well, what does that mean, eat right? But when I continue to eat in a way that will lose maximum fat and train in a way that will transform my physique naturally without drugs, and I'll talk about that later, all those inches and pinches will diminish. So that's one way to have a real complete assessment. Take a long, hard look, but get something objective, pinch, use the inch, and keep track. So I'm at 45 inches today, and irrespective of the scale, I know that's where I am in terms of my fat mass. And 45 inches around, that's got to change. Next time I'll talk a little bit about the training. I know a lot of you are thinking about that and wondering what's the best way to train, and that'll be the next video. Thanks again, folks, and I'll see you this week. Stay strong.